All right, guys, welcome back to the farm life. I know it's been a while since I've done a video upload, but don't worry, I have been keeping up on working on this tractor here. So as you can see right now, I've got some parts hung up. This is in the other side of the shop from what you're used to seeing. All these parts in here right now are epoxy primered. These big pieces that are hanging up here, I've got to do a little bit more work with. Except for this piece here, it's got one run on this side that I'll be able to sand out right away, and then I can paint this blue. I'm gonna get this blue and all these parts hanging up here blue. There's 4 out of the 8 front weights here, that weight bracket, and then some various other things over here, the starter, some shields, pins, springs, brake springs, fuel filter assembly, and that. Then I'm going to get painted blue tonight, and then I'll get the heat kicked on in here, let it sit overnight, and it should all be dry tomorrow so I can start reassembling it. And in turn, this piece here, the run's got away on me a little bit, so this is going to need to get baked hard and dry. As you can see, the runs are still a little wet in it. So that way tomorrow I can get these other tin work pieces sorted out. This front piece here is actually fiberglass, and I've got to do a lot of Bondo work where there is scratches and dings on it. You see there's a good one, and I got a little bit of a run in that, which is not a big deal. And then these 2 pieces here, I got some Bondo work to do to them as well, and sand them down, make them look smooth. That piece is cast and it's heavy, which is why it's going to stay over here for the time being until it gets painted blue. I'm not going to move it over there. So that's pretty much it for this side. I have painted another round and put the tires on the tractor, so I'll show you that here in a minute. So right here is another batch of stuff that was in the other shop, the other side, that I had epoxied, and it was all supposed to be black, so I painted it all black and moved it back over in this side with the tractor so that I could work on painting the blue stuff in the other side in a little bit. So as you can see, I've got the wheels. The wheels have been put on all the way around. I've started reassembling it. Got the fan on, alternator, fuel tank, some bracketry for the shields, and what else? Wheel weights, as you can see. In general, it's going back together. It's a little bit slower than I wanted, but it is going back together. Don't worry too much. The wheels here, I know they're white, but what I did before I painted the rims is I took tire soap and I rubbed it all the way around the outside of the rim where I knew it would get overspray. So when this is all done, we can roll it outside, pressure wash it, and that'll all come right off. As you can see, it already comes off fairly easy anyway. So that's not a big deal. That's how you get around not painting your tires white. So another thing we got going here is we've got a foot pedal that I'm working on that has to get the little readjusted in order to make it work, because for some odd reason the foot pedals on the 4610, this tractor, they don't make them specifically for this tractor anymore, so the bracketry, the mounting parts aren't 100% right. This one just came in today, which is why I wasn't painting it, and the bracket that was on the bottom, there wasn't supposed to be a bracket there at all, so I'm trying to take that off right now with the torches and that, and then that'll bolt on. I mean, other than that, bracket being there at the front, this one was very easy compared to the other side. And this little step up piece here, this is the original one. It wasn't banged up too bad. I just got to straighten out that dent in the bottom there, and then these 2 pieces can go together to get painted. This right side was a lot more work, and it's hanging up in the shop right now, the other side, with epoxy primer on it. This side was a lot more work, so I can show you that right now. The brackets both had to be cut off. the front and the back, and we had to put a hole in it for the brake, or the e-brake, which is a rod that goes through here, and then it locks into this here on the one on the left-hand brake pedal. This side we had to do that, and as well on the front we had to spot weld the foot throttle bracket on so we could have that on there. It was a lot of farting around adjusting stuff, but it's done, and it's got epoxy primer on it. It'll be blue. On another token here, I'm sure you guys noticed the bright, or the great big yellow fender in the background. This is a new fender that we got, and that's just a primer that came from the factory. Whatever, it had a few good dents in it from shipping. The only thing is, this is the right-hand fender. We cannot find the left hand. I don't know what it is, if everybody like crashed the left-hand side of the tractor or something, but that's the only one we've got at the moment. Still not sure what we're going to do yet. They said to call back in May. It's late April right now, so we'll see on that. But we might be able to use one of the fenders off of this tractor, which is a TW20 that we're doing some hydraulic work on. We had to look at dual power in it. This is also going to get repainted. So it might do us more good to take the left-hand fender from this tractor, put it on this tractor since it's identical, and then when we get the new fender for the left-hand side, we can use it on this tractor instead, so that we can get this tractor out of the shop.